Hey everybody,
Hi guys,
Mr. and Mrs. Traveler here,
El Paso
coming to you live from Princess K.
Princess K on Overboard.
Lean back so they can see me. Lean back.
Back. Get a good view.
We got a clamshell, which you guys can see. We'll have a little tour of Princess K. Just a room in this clamshell because it's so incredibly hot out here today.
It's hot. We had to rent a little cabana.
And we hung out at NASA so much yesterday without any sunblock.
Yes.
Big mistake.
Got it. We got everything this trip.
Yeah, we just been trying to have some fun.
Yeah, we were on a real vacation.
Anyway, thank you to everybody that we met on the cruise, all the new people, all the subscribers that we met. We've had such a wonderful, wonderful time. We'll have
still gotta work.
Yep, we'll have a video coming up with everybody that we met on there. Just a little shout out to everybody.
Yeah, we're gonna give shout out.
But anyway, and then we'll give you a little peek at our scenery here when we're done. But for the folks that have their hot topics answer today, isn't it awesome to get an answer straight from Princess K?
Yes, we got you covered. Straight from the island.
No, that ain't no green screen there, baby.
No, that's the real deal. We really are here. No green screen.
All right, let's get to it.
Let's get started.
All right, so the first one comes from Michael Wayne Smith.
Hi, Michael.
I like Michael. He gives a lot of good tips and stuff. He talked about Carnival Cruise Line stocks and some other things.
He's very knowledgeable about
businessman minded like myself.
Very much so. Very much so.
Okay, so anyway, Michael has a topic that I've been wanting to talk about, but he kind of posed it in here. He said, "Hey guys, enjoying YouTube videos. Thank you much.
Thank you.
Always helpful. Was wondering if you have ever considered discussing the incidents of people falling off ships." My wife and I have been on several cruises and are hooked, but when we invite others who have never cruised, it always becomes a topic of discussion. We have explained that you don't just fall off. There are a lot of irresponsible behavior that leads up to these unfortunate incidents.
That's true.
Thought it might be an important topic to present to others. So, you know what? Awesome. Thank you, Michael, for bringing that up.
Thank you so much. That's an excellent topic to talk about. I don't think we ever talked about people falling off the ship before.
No, and it has, as of recently, there's been 2 or 3 that I know of where people have fallen off the ship just in recent times. Of course, there's been many more besides that. You know, listen, there's guardrails, there's things up there, and it's just kind of like if you ever been to the Grand Canyon, you can just, if you want to, same thing with the cruise ship. There's guardrails there, but if you're not, if you go climbing over the guardrail, there's a pretty good chance you're going to fall off, right? I think what Michael is alluding to is that people have too much of a good time with the alcohol.
Yeah, too much singing frogs.
Yeah, and either on your personal balcony or out walking about on the decks, especially on nights where there's big winds or maybe some waves and things like that. If you're already kind of discombobulated from alcohol, it can happen. The railings are, maybe up to your midriff here. So I mean, if the ship hits a good wave and maybe if a woman's wearing high heels, she could easily
slip and fall.
Fall over the edge. But we know of times that there's actually been people that have climbed over the side, whatever.
They actually climbed over and jumped. We've been on cruises where that has happened.
So I think the biggest thing we can do, and I think Michael hit on it really well, was that he said that it always becomes a topic of discussion. And I think that that's really good, especially for new cruisers, or if you're with people that are new cruisers, or you're with people that are going to be partying a lot.
Yeah.
Almost like you have a designated driver, you kind of need to have a designated walker with some people, just to make sure everybody makes it back to the cabin safely. You know what I mean?
So if you go out and you have fun and you have a night out at the club, stay with the group. Don't leave the group because you're intoxicated, and the cruise crew can only watch you so far. And then once you go out on deck at night, it's a different story.
Yeah. So yeah, please be careful. And if you see somebody that's like really inebriated walking around on decks, please let security know. Kind of give them a heads up. If you can help them, help them.
We have helped people that was actually out asleep on the deck at night, and it was chocolate. We had people fall in front of us. We have had to carry people back on the ship because they were intoxicated. They didn't know where they were or who they were.
Yeah. So, so party responsibly.
Drink responsibly.
If you're with other people, keep your eye on them. Let them know. Very, very great subject. We want everybody to have a good time and get back home safely too.
Yeah. So if you partying on the ship and you know you'll be drinking, don't be alone at all because it's very dangerous.
Yeah. So great topic, Michael. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Our next one comes from Carol Harrison.
Hi, Carol.
Hey, Carol. Carol says, "Hey, Mr. Trevor, how you doing? Hope y'all doing well."
We doing good.
Along with Snowball.
Snowball is at the ranch, running around and having a good time.
But you want to see, Mr. Snowball was pretty upset with us when we were taking him. Take a look. That is a sad puppy dog face there.
Sad. But we need a vacation from Snowball sometimes.
But don't let him fool you, because as soon as he gets to the place where we're going, he goes bananas because he loves it. There's a bunch of other dogs there.
Here every week, and he was fine.
Yep. Okay, so anyway, here's my question. Why is it that we've heard so much about the Horizon and not the Panorama? I've actually had no idea that it was coming out this year. Never heard of anything about it or even where it was going until someone posted it the other day. Can you please tell us a little about the Panorama, what features it will have?
Sure.
Will it be similar to the Vista Sunshine Horizon? All right, excellent question, Carol.
Thank you, Carol.
Well, the Panorama is not coming out this year. It will be coming out in 2019, and it will be going to the West Coast, to the Port of Long Beach for its home. That's going to be its home.
California will be the new home. The Panorama.
Yep. So that's 2019. 2018 will give us the Horizon here shortly, and then 2019 is the Panorama. I believe they're already building it, started production on it. So next year it will be out, and yes, it will be very similar to the Vista Horizon. It's going to be one of the sister ships that goes along with it. So you'll see some of the same features on there, like the Sky Ride.
Yeah.
Of course, you have the Guy Burger, the Iguana, and all those things that you come to expect for those class of ships. But there'll be more details coming out on it because as they're building it, I'm sure they're probably going to have new technology and new features that may not be available on the other ships.
Yeah, it's supposed to be really, really high tech. So I'm looking forward to seeing it once it come out.
Great question. Thank you. Stay tuned 2019
Thank you
for the
so
Panorama.
Much, Thank you.
The next question comes from French Lady.
Hi, French Lady. How are you doing? We talking on French.
Bonjour, comment allez-vous?
Bonjour.
Okay, hello, Mr. and Mrs. Traveler. I hope you guys are doing well, enjoying life in the sun. Yes, ma'am. I have a question that you may not be able to answer.
Okay, I'm trying.
No.
Let's go for it.
Let's try it.
Let's go for it.
But I hope that you might be able to help. Is there a way you could bring a pet on the cruise? Do any cruise ships allow it? I have a friend who has a guide dog and is interested in going on a cruise, but is hesitant because of her guide dog. Can you please give me any advice about that? Thanks. Great question.
Great question.
And guess what? I can answer that. Yes. Service animals are indeed allowed amongst most of the cruise ships.
Yes.
The caveat to it is they have to be, they can't be guide dogs in training. They have to be fully certified guide dogs. They have to be doing things like guiding the blind, the hard of hearing, pulling somebody in a wheelchair.
Yep.
Yeah, there's a few more. Those kind of things right there. What it does not cover is people consider emotional support animals.
Yeah. Like for anxiety, things like that, we don't cover.
Right, because those animals are not federally recognized.
Right.
So the cruise lines are not, required to do it.
Right.
Now, we have mentioned before in a past video about cruise lines that allow dogs, and I believe it was wasn't it Queen Mary?
It's the Queen Mary.
And you can only bring there's only a certain limited amount that can go on each cruise.
I'm not sure exactly, but it's only so many that they'll allow, and you have to book early on the Queen Mary because the pet department can only hold so many animals.
So there are a few that allow pets out there, but the bigger question here was the service animal, so I want to make sure that I touch base on that.
Right.
Of course, if you have a service animal, you're planning on taking a cruise, let your travel professional know, or let the cruise line know, because there'll be some forms and things that you have to fill out to notify them, to let them know that you're bringing the animal aboard, and you have to present the certification for the animal.
I wish we could bring out Snowball.
I wish we could turn Snowball loose on the cruise ship.
All over ship. And he would love it.
All right, awesome question. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Our last question comes from Shanta Paul. Am I saying that?
Shanta Paul. It might be Shanta P.O.
Hey. What's the best and easiest way to plan for a family cruise with people coming from another state? I'm in Florida, but my family will be coming from another state.
Good question, Shanta.
Planning.
Book ahead early. And call Mr. Traveler.
Yeah, that's your best answer. Call Mr. Traveler.
Call us.
We do very well with groups. We keep track of everything, every aspect of it.
Yes.
And take, we take you, hold you by the hand and take you through it to make your job a little bit easier.
Right.
But if you feel you want to tackle this duty by yourself, I would get a notebook and take the notes for everybody that's in your family, every person.
Yes.
So you maybe do a husband and wife on one sheet, put everything that you need down there, their deposits, and when they're flying in, their birth dates. You want to put all the information on one page to try to keep it organized. Organization and planning are the keys to making a successful family trip.
Yes.
So
you want it to be organized, get you a little notebook and write their names down, and like Mr. Traveler said, because you got plenty of experience, it works. You want to keep everything organized. That's the way to a good family trip.
Yes. And of course, if you need any help, please reach out to your Florida neighbor here, Mr. Traveler.
Yes, we can do that for you. Don't even worry about it, just call us.
Yeah, setting up groups is great. If you've got more than 8 cabins for most of the cruise lines, you can do a group type of thing on there. So, yeah, go and do it. Have a great time because you want to make it as stress-free as possible.
Yes, you want to have a good time and you don't want to be stressed out. That is good information. That's a cruise tip.
All right, everybody. Well, thank you so much for watching. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you so much for watching. We hope you love this location that we chose to get from. Comment below. Let us know if you love the Exumas. And as far as Christmas Cave, this is our first time here. We're going to have more videos. If you aren't subscribed to us, make sure you subscribe. Hit that notification button so you'll know when we're uploading. Every Tuesday, every Thursday, and we go live on Sunday.
All right, everybody. One more shout out to Miss Lisa Humphreys.
Hi, Lisa.
Who sent this awesome picture right here. That was actually a live shot from the port cam as we were sailing out on the Liberty. This time they were watching our live sail away on Facebook and YouTube, but she was also looking at us on the port cam as we were sailing out and took that picture. Isn't that cool?
Lisa, you rock.
Yes, you do.
And also shout out to Dan Minich for catching us on the live cam in Port Canaveral. Thank you very much, Dan.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, everybody. And we'll leave you today. We'll give you a little glimpse of the beautiful beach.
Yes.
And as always,
life's short.
Have fun.
Bye, guys.